Hello, it's me, Webweaver. Welcome back to Worlds of Horror. Still on the pumpkin patch, by the way. I realize that this video is coming out near the middle of July, so we might have had an update by that point. So, I'm just letting you know, we're still in the past currently for the story arc. But let's do a little Mizuki. We did Mimi last time, I'm pretty sure. I'm wrapping up the recordings, and yeah, no, it's gonna be it's gonna be good to be done with it because this is the longest I've ever made a backlog for. And so, like, if I told you, like, what episode I think is coming out when I'm recording this video, it might even be like an episode still in the 330 range. Like, I don't think we're at the 340 yet for the current YouTube timeline. So, like, yeah, like, I've been pre-recording a lot. And, I am sorry we've basically been kind of going over, like, just Goizo and Ath Yelazath repeatedly, but it's been, I don't want to, like, overcomplicate things, if that makes sense. Especially when, I guess, like, I want to play the game properly, but I don't want to play the game for, like, super long, because I have, like, so many episodes to record. So, while doing sort of the same run, repeatedly, that can kind of all meld together. But on the bright side, it is, it's a lot more conductive to, like, I already know what I'm doing, so I can focus on the commentary. Because normally, I think that when you record, and I think it's important, because normally when you record, you're not really at, like, anybody who tells you that they're at, like, 100% while they're recording or streaming, they're not being entirely honest, because you can't be. Like, literally, you just can't be. It's kind of impossible, actually. So, because you always have to dedicate a part of your brain to playing the game, and then you have to dedicate a part of your brain to the recording and sort of, like, the meta aspect of that. So, it's like, you're never at, like, you're never at 1,000% when you're recording, you're never at 100% when you're recording, right? And some people, it's like the great, divide of, like, you ever notice how there are some people who they've got, like they're really funny and they've got really, really good commentary, but they kind of suck at the game? Or there are people who are, like, stupidly good at the game who do these insane plays you've never even thought was possible, and they, like, barely talk, or they just, like, they say, like, the same sort of, like, not necessarily, like, a catchphrase, but it's like, when, let's say you're playing, like, a shooter, and he's like, the thing that person's gonna be saying is, like, oh, he's down, he's down mid, or, like, but he's in the hospital, or you see that window, like, top left window, like, they're gonna be saying very specific things, and that's just sort of a consequence of, the thing, because you need to, when you do online content, you need to kind of, like, decide for yourself, like, what lane you want to go down. And so, for me, I sort of chose I'm definitely more on the commentary side, although I don't think, like, I don't think myself a comedian. Well, we got a comedian over here. Look, everybody, it's a funny man telling jokes. But, no, more seriously, it's like, you are in, like, you basically have to decide what you want to do. And, like, I'm okay at games. Like, I wouldn't say I'm bad at games, but I'm a lot better at games when I'm not recording, if that makes sense. Because when you're recording, like, you're not thinking about, like, how to play the game. You're thinking about how to do the video. And I think that's something that a lot of people probably underestimate a little bit. Because the goal of, and I would assume that this is the goal of everybody who picks this sort of, like, commentary style, is that, oh my god, we failed a charisma check as the aspiring idol. I guess that's the aspiring part there. But like, when you're recording a video or doing a stream, if you choose to go down that commentary route, you're not thinking about, like, how can I be the best at the game? You know what I mean? What you're thinking about is, how do I make it entertaining? And, like, you know, not a lot of people are... I imagine not a lot of people are into the inside baseball stuff, but, you know, it's like... It's interesting for me to think about, and so that's sort of why I bring it up. So, like, when I'm playing World of Horror on my own, you know, I'm not thinking at all about content. I'm not thinking about, like, oh, this would be cool for YouTube or whatever, right? Like, I'm thinking about, like, how do I play the game and win? You know what I mean? And, like, that's sort of, like, why people go down that route of, I don't want to be necessarily entertaining. I want I want to show you how good I am at the game and let that be the entertainment, which is a perfectly valid way of doing it. Like, you know, I like watching the Tetris gamers who basically their entire shtick is they just, like, they play Tetris to an absurd degree, and there's almost never any commentary, right? Yeah, let's not push our luck. Well, I don't like +1 luck, but it's harmless, so we might as well embrace it. This is... I mean, we might as well hide in the crowd. And then... So we do have to write down the second enemy, so whoever's next after Gigolo. Ah, sorry, Kana, I gotta study for school. Ah, Kana, I know you're going through something right now, but I need to, you know, I need to work on my homework. Sorry. But yeah, no, it's an interesting thing to think about for sure. And I feel there's this weird thing where it's like, I guess people, like, I don't hear people talk about it very often, like, who are up there. And it kind of, like, I don't get it, right? Because it's something, well, I guess everybody has their own interests. Like, I imagine a lot of people who do the content creation thing, the people who are successful at it, they're very analytical. And they love to talk, like, statistics and analytics when it comes to, like, channels and stuff. Like, not necessarily outside of YouTube, but when it comes to, like, being hip and cool on the internet, they're, like... they know what they're talking about because they have, like, the numbers to back it up for themselves, and they can actually see it. I always find it interesting to look at my YouTube analytics, which admittedly, they're very limited because, you know, I don't have millions of people watching, so they're not that, how do you say... We do have Ashen Contract, so we could have done Crimson Cape if we wanted to, for sure. But they're not that, what's the statistical word for, like, relevant? Right, because they're not super relevant, but because it's a small sample size, is, I think, the correct way to say it. But it is very interesting, right? Like, to see either where people are watching from, or at least, like, popular places to put your VPN. Because there's some really weird ones that, like, some places I'd never heard of before. Like, there are about 10 to 20 people who watch, like, a lot of the video. Like, they watch more than, like, consistently they watch, like, more than 60 to 70% of the video. And they're in, like, the sort of, like, it's a US British military base. At least from what I looked up on the internet. And it was very interesting to actually see it, because it's like, like, you don't even think about those places existing, you know what I mean? And then you look at your YouTube analytics, and it's like, oh yeah, this is this, British, American joint operated military base in, like, was it the Indian Ocean? I don't remember. I saw it like a month ago. But it's like, it's this military base, and about, like, 10 to 20 people consistently watch the videos, like most of the videos, actually disproportionately from like everybody else. And I found that very interesting, because it's like, normally in like the US, like the US audience, that's around, last time I checked, which admittedly was a month ago, so I'm not up to date on this stuff. But last time, we could die here, by the way. That's a dumb move. Decline, please. What do we want to do here? Probably rest 2 times. It's a little sketchy, but it's just sort of a nice general heal. We want to level up and get fame, and then, like, no combat will ever... Cult Delinquent, by the way. Cult Delinquent. Yeah, Cult Delinquent. We gotta write that down. But, yeah, no, it's really interesting, because it's like the US audience, on average, right? So this is just averages. This is not, like, what individual people do. Like, on average, people watching in the US, they watch about half the video. Which, that's fine. Like, that's actually stupidly good. Like, if you know anything about, like, YouTube analytics, the majority of your audience watching half of the video is, like, a godsend. Like, it's a miracle, actually. Like, people who have similar-sized channels to myself don't have ratios that good, and people who are much larger have incredibly awful ratios when it comes to something like that. Like, they just genuinely do. So, I want fame. I would like fame. Do I re-roll to 46%? Yes, I do. Now, did we get it? No, we didn't. So we do need dexterity, and we do need knowledge, so we'll go ahead and take that. But that's ultimately very disappointing that we didn't get fame. It's probably better to re-roll on, like, level 3, because you have less perks in the... Like, you have 1 less perk in the pool. But, yeah, so, like, the fact that the American audience watches around half the video, that's really crazy. And that's really good. Like, people who have larger channels, they do not have ratios that are that good. And that's just sort of, like, the benefits of having a smaller community. Like, obviously, the larger the channel you get, the more people who just, like, click on, watch for a few minutes, and then click off, which is, again, perfectly fine. Like, I don't have any, like, concerns about that or whatever, but, like, having an on average of, we're gonna use the Dust of Seeing here. Like, either we're gonna run or we're gonna use the Dust of Seeing, and we're gonna use the Dust of Seeing. Yeah, we'll risk it. Okay, we're good though. We can guarantee this. So that's really cool, but it's also really cool to see, like, you have about 10 to 20 people from this one location that they watch, like, most of the video. Like, they watch about 70 or 80% of the video. And like, that's really cool, because the world seems very small until it suddenly doesn't, if that makes sense. Okay, we're never gonna talk about what just transpired there. Justice has been served. And so, like, we're gonna cap off the... Cap off? Is that the right word? We're gonna end the discussion on the analytics thing, because, like, I don't know how super relevant that is. We don't have a charisma check, by the way, so the fact that we have the allies, that we've already done what charisma does best, so... Or at least most consistently, so we can use the sewing kit, absolutely no problem. But, yeah, no, it's definitely an interesting thing to think about, but I totally get why it's not for everybody. Do we either do Vigil? I mean, we have to do one of them. I think that's not an overreaction, so we'll do this one. Because, yeah, I think the Mansion is more dangerous, but I feel like I like this actually a lot. I think I'm going to equip this, actually. I like that a lot. Until we get Fame, at least, I'm going to use the Small Candle, because it's a lot faster, and our Strength stat's terrible. So, Now, this is only 2 reason. I say only, like, that's not a terrible thing. So we can, like... I mean, can we brace? Like, I know that's kind of silly, but it's a 80 yeah. This is good if we hit. Like, that's just way too good to pass up. So this is great, actually. This is fantastic. We might want to get desperation on somebody. Like, we might want to use a cheeky desperation. So, yo, feed the plant with blood. Let's go. Although maybe we would have liked the extra reason there, because it can go a long way. Get the library notes out of here. Like, you can, like, re-roll until you get something that can save the run, but I think that it's probably just more fun not to abuse it. Like, we abused flesh regrowth and memory extract last video, you know? We can just hang out with this, you know? I actually want to take damage here, because we can go into desperation for the next fight, but that's fine, too. Alright, fame. Finally. Finally, fame. Okay, so we do need dexterity, and we do need, I mean, we basically just need dexterity, that's it. And we need just 1 point in it as well. Fame will make the brace good, even though we've got 5 strength, so I don't think we have to worry about that. I think we should just go into knowledge, honestly. Like, we go up to 7/7. We could be a little bit safer and go to... we have... No, we don't need it. We don't need it. Cut the plant down, and bada bing, bada boom, as they occasionally say. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that in, like, the last, like, 5 or 8 years. And I don't even think that's an over-exaggeration either. Oh my god. You feeling lucky, punk? So anyways, I started stabbing. But, hey, army knife, art.png. I was gonna say .jpeg, but no, it's got a transparent background, so it's all good. That's a little bit of a bummer for sure, the contaminated water. But what we want to do is... Actually, no, get rid of the library notes. That's fine. We'll probably just... Actually, you know what? Let's sell library notes. We already have one of the best spells in the game. We don't need to... We don't need to get Jar of Blooded right now. That would be unfortunate. Now, again, we could do Akamanto if we wanted and then just use Ashen Contract. I think that's perfectly fair. We will use the... Do we want to use the Heavy Bonk now? Like, I don't know if we do. Because it's like... We're doing 4 damage, and we can attack, like, 7 times. Versus, like, 4 damage, you can attack 6 times? Like, something like that, I don't know. We haven't used the small candle in a while. Let's just roll with it regardless. We'll save this for the lighthouse, though. So in the safety, the heavy duty flash Lee. We'll save that for the lighthouse, because candles don't count as a source of light, according to Polish man. Local Polish man redefines what a candle is. More at 11. But, so I haven't really been playing a lot of games besides World of Horror, for, like, an obvious reason. But while I've been eating, I've been idly playing Bloons Tower Defense 6. And let me just say, I was not into Tower Defense 6 the first time I played it. I thought the heroes were stupid, and there's, like... I really don't like how there are, I really don't like how there are stages that have, like, just parts of the stages are obscured by, like, a building or, like, a pile of rubble or whatever, and you can pay monkey money, which you can earn, to be fair, but you pay monkey money to essentially, to get rid of the debris. And I really don't like that, because you can buy monkey money with real money, and monkey money is a grind. Like, it's one heck of a grind. So this is 9 damage, this is This is 7 damage? Oh no. Like, the desperation scaling with the small candle is pretty bad. Like, okay, so this is... So this is 7. So that gets us there. So can we just do this? Apparently, yeah. No, apparently we can just go up to 213.80. Like, yeah, that's fine. Why not? Who cares? 200 time unit action limit? I hardly know her. Like, Jesus Christ, that's, fair. Perfectly fair. I mean, here's the thing. I don't feel bad about using memory extract because it actually functions as it says it does, but I would make, like, here's the thing. Memory extract is just so unbelievably strong. I don't want to say it needs a nerf, because then that would make the game a lot harder when you do get it, but, I mean, it probably, like, if you nerfed it, I would say, okay, that's fair. Like, I don't want it to be nerfed because it's such a ridiculously good... You want to do a double fight here? You want to fight both of the bloated enemies in one playthrough? Let's do it. But yeah, no, it's like... I don't think we can kill her in one turn. We'd have to be using the flashlight to do that. Because this would be 7, 14... I mean, we could if we were lucky and we didn't mind... Because we're going to take 3 stamina damage here, right? So... I want to see how this works. How the heck does this work? I mean, who dares wins, right? Yeah, let's just go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's punch him. And by that, I mean throw the... We should probably just throw the meat cleaver, right? I mean, but we have Akamanto, though. And so, yeah, let's just meme it, dude. Let's just meme it. No thoughts, head empty. That's the wrong... Wait, we can get rid of this, actually, because we have bow and clap written down, so... Oh, God. She's angry. Okay, so we can, like, theoretically die here, but not really because of memory extract. Like, I feel like you could definitely make an argument that memory extract is, like, ridiculously broken, because it is. It's the best spell. It's, like... It's the best spell in the game. I would argue. Well, okay, Flesh Regrowth's the best spell in the game, because it literally just is a full heal constantly for stamina. But, you know what I mean, like, functional. Like, working as intended, it is easily the most powerful. And we're going to take Dexterity here, because I don't know if we're going to be able to level up again, because we're probably going to have to heal a lot with Memory Extract. Because we don't have, we've lost a lot of our passive healing. Which is, again, this game would be a lot... We'd probably be at, like, 70% Doom now, healing at the freaking, home. Like, the thing is, Memory Extract is just so good that I don't want it to be a thing that gets taken away or nerfed. But if Panstash decided to nerf it, I'd be like, you know, it's like, it was fun while it lasted. Although, I do like roguelites that aren't afraid to make the character overpowered. I think that's also something. Like, one of my favorite roguelites is like, my favorite roguelites are, like, Slay the Spire and Risk of Rain 2. And in both of those games, you can be pathetically weak, but you can also be, like, really incredibly strong. And so, I feel like that's not something that is appreciated enough. We're not going to make that mistake again. Yeah, I don't think that's appreciated enough, if that makes sense. So, 5 action limit, by the way. Can we send him here? No, we can't. With the most we can do is that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna brace, and then haha, attacks go burr. But I mean, it's very lucky to get like a Ryoko right off the bat. +1 weapon damage, that's so good. Now, why are we doing... Now, hold on. Why are we doing 5? Oh, okay, never mind, sorry. I was like, why are our regular attacks doing 5? We don't have ancestral strength, but no, that was our, branded like cattle. It's actually a protective ward, you fool! She doesn't know, so she just assumed the worst, and because of that, the world is gonna die. Patina ring, alright, you know, like, You never know what you're gonna get. Okay, okay, this is actually a little bit concerning. Do we go here? Oh, no, okay. So, yeah, we could just use, the thing, whatchamacallit, of course. But do we want to? Also, since we're not gonna throw the flashlight, let me throw the patina ring at him instead. Like, I'm a little bit concerned about this. Like, not Doom-wise. Like, Takashi's gonna die in 1 turn anyways. And the Akamanto mask is good. I'm just worried about actually, like, getting to the... Like, living here. Like, if we take damage here, then we're pretty screwed. But even if he decides to do... He can decide to do 6 randomly, but... Even if we were at 3 or 2, it doesn't matter. We're gonna kill him in 1 turn anyways. Or are we? Dun dun dun. Come on, big throwing damage. Yeah, that's pretty good. So this would be 9. So we're there. And then 2 of these would work as well. How did we glitch it to get, like, the extra attack? I'm trying to figure that out. Because I'm also, like, we can't go over the action limit as well. So, not twice. Only villains do that. We could also just brace. That's also completely realistic, but... Okay, so this is 4. 6. Okay, so this is 4. 6, 7, and then I think we'd be able to do it there. Like, hold on, what if we did that? Yeah, see, we can go over here, but we take a chance. A chance that I don't want to take. Yeah, because that's gonna leave him 1 off, which is kind of annoying. Wait, hold on. This is gonna do 9. And this is gonna do 18, so lucky earrings, go! Alright, never mind. So the absolute safe play is the way we're gonna do it. Alright, Akamanto, you feeling lucky, punk? Do we give Akamanto a chance? Do you think he can survive the 80% onslaught? Let's do it. You've always gotta threaten to live a little. You know what I mean? No? Okay. Understandable. Well, it seems pretty... This seems like a pretty poor time to sign a contract. So I'm gonna have to counsel you do not sign something that you do not have time to read, Mizuki. It probably won't turn out well for you if your idol career ever takes off. Oh yeah, we actually... Memory Extract and Occult Signs is actually kind of a combo, kind of a synergy, because Occult Signs makes it to where Memory Extract doesn't hurt as badly, EXP-wise. But, yeah, so Knowledge, we're good. Dex, we're good. Second enemy, Cult Delinquent, allegedly Takashi, and then a Light Source. And we can grab the flashlight there. So we can just take Knowledge, like, that's fine. Knowledge! You want to know how I became the greatest idol in all of Shiikawa? Knowledge. She's looking up... Like, she's doing the groundwork to try to find what exact demographic she can tap into. And as the galaxy brain she is, she figures it out. Mizuki knows the analytics. She knows the analytics. and she's made it. She's found the weakness in the market. There is no skeleton idol. There you go. She's become the top idol of Shiikawa. Because all of the other idols were trying to generic, tried and true, boring things. Mizuki, she found out that people have been checking out books on necromancy in the local library, and she's like, there's a demographic here. The local library had to order more books on necromancy. And she was right. She did it. But yeah, anyway, so knowledge, second enemy, blah, blah, blah. We wrote it down right. Okay. So, we're good. Cult delinquent, Takashi. Yeah. Okay, we're fine. Start climbing. I just love the mental image of, like, the entire squad just climbing up the narrow lighthouse. It's like me and the boys rolling up to get that victory royale. Alright, goodbye, Takashi-san. You didn't stand a chance, honestly. Not against the boys. Alright. Hey, wait a minute. In all of her research, she accidentally looked up the wrong address. But that's okay, we can steal somebody else's Eldritch God for once, that's fine. You know, it's weird how, like, all of the, like, default characters are hanging out in this victory screen, and the purpose, obviously, is so that whoever you play as can be like, I was here and I saved the day. But whoever, like, the only character that matters is the person that you picked. And so I think it'd be kind of cool if, like, you could run into some of the other characters. Like, you could go to the seaside and see Haru hanging out. Or you could go to, like, the downtown and see Koiji skulking about. Or you could find Kairi in the school library or something. You know, make them relevant. At least background characters, you know what I mean? Like, you occasionally bump into them. Like, Koiji gives you a lead that maybe speeds up your quest progress. Or maybe Haru could give you a ride around town, which could also, like, speed up the quest progress or something. Kairi could teach you a spell. Aiko could maybe give you, like, +1 strength or something. Maybe make them allies that you could recruit in incredibly rare circumstances. And the secret, true final boss is all of the characters ascending to the lighthouse, and then a staircase descends, or ascends, if you're fighting like Yagathag in the ocean. A staircase appears, smashes the lighthouse glass, and you walk down or up into hell. Or something like that. That'd probably be a little bit too over the top, right? Anyways, thanks for watching. My name is Webweaver. I will see you on the next episode of World of Horror. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good one. Peace out. Hope you're all staying safe out there.